Welcome to Mysteries and Crime, the channel that brings you the most intriguing true crime cases and enduring mysteries. Today, we dive into the disappearance of Tara Calico, a 19-year-old college student who vanished while on her routine bike ride in 1988. Her case has puzzled investigators for decades, leaving behind chilling evidence and questions that remain unanswered. Before we unravel this compelling story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future episodes. We'd also love to hear your theories, so share them in the comments below. Now, let's journey back to that fateful September morning in Belen, New Mexico, and uncover the enigma of Tara Calico's disappearance. It was a bright morning on September 20th, 1988, in the quiet town of Belen, New Mexico. 19-year-old Tara Calico prepared for her daily bike ride, a ritual she had followed for years. An ambitious and driven college student, Tara was studying psychology at the University of New Mexico, Valencia, and had big dreams for her future. Tara borrowed her mother's neon pink Huffy mountain bike that morning, planning to ride her usual 17-mile route along New Mexico State Road 47. She loved listening to her Walkman during her rides, often playing her favorite cassette tapes. She told her mother she'd be back by noon to play tennis, as they had done many times before. By the time noon came and went with no sign of Tara, her mother, Patty Dole, grew concerned. She drove along the bike route, hoping to spot her daughter. Instead, Patty found no sign of Tara, just an empty stretch of road and fields that seemed to go on forever. By the afternoon, Patty contacted the Valencia County Sheriff's Office to report her daughter missing. Authorities began searching the area, focusing on Tara's usual route. What they found were chilling clues: Tara's Walkman, a cassette tape, and faint tire marks on the roadside. These items raised immediate red flags. The Walkman appeared broken, as if it had been dropped during a struggle. The tire marks suggested the involvement of a vehicle, but without witnesses to confirm what had happened, the investigation started with more questions than answers. Tara Calico's disappearance quickly became the focus of a massive search effort. Law enforcement, volunteers, and local residents joined forces to comb the area, searching fields, ditches, and wooded stretches of road. Despite their efforts, there was no sign of Tara or her bike. Witnesses came forward with reports of a suspicious light-colored pickup truck seen following Tara that morning. The truck appeared to be driving unusually close to her along Highway 47, raising concerns that she may have been abducted. For the Dole family, the lack of answers was agonizing. Patty Dole became the driving force behind efforts to find her daughter, working tirelessly to distribute flyers, organize searches, and plead for information. Despite the community's efforts, the initial investigation yielded little progress. With no solid leads or evidence beyond the roadside clues, Tara's case began to grow cold. The possibility of abduction became the leading theory. The broken Walkman and cassette tape suggested a struggle, but investigators had no way to confirm what had happened or where Tara had gone. In June 1989, a Polaroid photograph was discovered in a parking lot in Port St. Joe, Florida, over 1,500 miles from Belen. The image depicted a teenage girl and a young boy, both bound and gagged with duct tape, lying on bedding in the back of a van. The girl in the photograph bore a striking resemblance to Tara Calico. Her family was particularly struck by a scar on the girl's leg that matched one Tara had from a previous accident. The boy in the image remained unidentified, though speculation initially linked him to another missing child, Michael Henley. Experts analyzed the photograph, but opinions were divided. While some believed the image was authentic and depicted Tara, others dismissed it as a hoax or a case of mistaken identity. The FBI's analysis was inconclusive, adding to the mystery. The photograph reignited public interest in Tara's case. Investigators tried to trace its origins, focusing on a white Toyota cargo van reportedly seen near the convenience store where the photo was found. However, the lead went cold, and no new evidence emerged. For Tara's family, the photograph was both a source of hope and heartbreak. It suggested that Tara might still be alive, but it also raised painful questions about her fate and the conditions of her possible captivity. The boy in the Polaroid was initially thought to be Michael Henley, a 9-year-old who had disappeared in the Zuni Mountains of New Mexico in April 1988. His case, like Tara's, had baffled investigators and captivated the public. Michael's family hoped the photograph might provide answers, but in 1990, his remains were discovered near the campsite where he had vanished. Investigators determined he had likely died of exposure, ruling out any connection to Tara's case. The discovery of Michael's remains deepened the mystery surrounding the Polaroid. If the boy wasn't Michael, who was he and what connection, if any, did he have to Tara? This revelation also reignited discussions about the limitations of evidence in missing persons cases. While the photograph suggested a link between Tara and the boy, the lack of definitive identification left investigators grasping for answers. Despite this setback, the photograph remained central to the case, symbolizing both the hope of finding Tara alive and the anguish of unanswered questions. Witnesses reported seeing Tara cycling alone on the morning of her disappearance, with no immediate signs of distress. However, multiple people described a suspicious light-colored pickup truck following her closely along Highway 47. The vehicle's driver seemed to be keeping pace with Tara, an unusual behavior that raised red flags. Law enforcement quickly focused on identifying the truck, believing it to be central to the case. Flyers and descriptions were distributed throughout the region, urging the public to come forward with any information about the vehicle or its driver. Despite these efforts, no concrete leads emerged. Investigators struggled to track down the truck, and the lack of a license plate or detailed descriptions hindered their progress. The trail seemed to grow colder with each passing day. Meanwhile, the discovery of Tara's Walkman and cassette tape deepened suspicions of foul play. The items were found scattered along her route, suggesting they had been dropped during a struggle. The faint tire marks near the scene further hinted at the involvement of a vehicle, possibly the pickup truck seen earlier. For Tara's family, these early clues provided both hope and heartbreak. While the evidence suggested Tara might still be alive, it also pointed to the terrifying possibility that she had been abducted. Tara's disappearance quickly attracted media attention, both locally and nationally. News outlets covered the search efforts extensively, broadcasting interviews with her family and law enforcement. The media played a crucial role in raising awareness and encouraging tips from the public. Patty Dole, Tara's mother, became the face of the search. She gave emotional interviews, sharing stories about her daughter and appealing to anyone who might have information. Patty's determination to keep Tara's case in the public eye inspired others to get involved. National television programs like Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted featured Tara's case, generating widespread interest. These programs highlighted the mysterious circumstances surrounding her disappearance, keeping her story alive for years. Despite the extensive media coverage, not all publicity was helpful. Some reports sensationalized details of the case, spreading misinformation or unverified theories that frustrated investigators and the family. Nevertheless, the media's role in maintaining public interest cannot be understated. It ensured that Tara's case remained visible, even as leads dwindled and the investigation stalled. The discovery of the Polaroid in June 1989 revitalized the investigation and brought Tara's case back into the national spotlight. The photograph became a focal point for investigators and the public, sparking debates about its authenticity and potential clues. Forensic experts examined the photograph in detail, comparing the girl's features to Tara's. The scar on the girl's leg was particularly compelling, as it matched one Tara had from a previous injury. However, the FBI's analysis remained inconclusive, leaving the image open to interpretation. The Polaroid raised significant questions. If the girl was Tara, who was the boy in the photo? What connection, if any, did he have to her? And where had the photograph been taken? These unanswered questions fueled theories, but provided little in the way of actionable leads. Law enforcement attempted to trace the origins of the photograph, focusing on the white Toyota cargo van reportedly seen near the convenience store. However, no additional evidence was uncovered, and the van's occupants were never identified. For Tara's family, the Polaroid represented a mix of hope and despair. It suggested that Tara might still be alive, but it also underscored the chilling reality of her potential captivity and the lack of progress in finding her. The initial investigation into Tara's disappearance faced numerous challenges. The rural setting, with its vast stretches of open land and few witnesses, made it difficult to gather evidence. Key clues, such as the tire marks and Walkman, provided limited insights into what had happened. Additionally, the lack of modern forensic tools in the late 1980s hindered progress. DNA analysis and digital evidence processing, which are standard in today's investigations, were not available at the time. This technological gap left investigators reliant on witness statements and circumstantial evidence. The case also suffered from jurisdictional issues. While local law enforcement led the investigation, the possibility of Tara being taken across state lines raised questions about federal involvement. Coordinating between agencies proved challenging, further complicating the search for answers. Over time, the investigation began to lose momentum. Leads dried up, and public attention waned as new cases emerged. For Tara's family, the lack of progress was devastating, leaving them to grapple with the pain of uncertainty. Despite these obstacles, the case remained open, with investigators revisiting it periodically in the hopes of finding new evidence or breakthroughs. Years after Tara's disappearance, former Valencia County Sheriff Rene Rivera made startling claims about a possible cover-up. He alleged that Tara had been accidentally struck by a vehicle driven by two teenage boys who panicked and decided to hide her body. According to Rivera, the boys came from influential families in the community, which may have contributed to the alleged cover-up. This theory suggested that other individuals might have been complicit in protecting the boys and concealing evidence. While the theory garnered attention, Rivera admitted that he lacked the physical evidence needed to prove it. Without corroboration, the claims remained speculative, leaving investigators and the public divided on their validity. Tara's family expressed skepticism about the cover-up theory, questioning why no one had come forward with information after so many years. They remained focused on finding definitive answers rather than engaging in unverified speculation. The cover-up theory while unproven, became one of the more persistent explanations for Tara's disappearance. It highlighted the frustrations of an unsolved case and the difficulties in separating fact from rumor. The advent of modern forensic techniques has provided new opportunities to revisit Tara's case. Tools such as DNA analysis, digital imaging, and genealogical databases have revolutionized how investigators approach cold cases. One area of focus has been the Polaroid photograph. Advances in image processing have raised the possibility of extracting additional details from the image or authenticating its origins. These technologies could potentially provide new leads, even after decades. Investigators have also re-examined the physical evidence from Tara's case, though much of it has been lost or degraded over time. The limited availability of evidence remains a significant obstacle in applying modern techniques. Online resources, such as missing persons databases and social media platforms, have also played a role in keeping Tara's case alive. Public interest has led to renewed discussions and efforts to uncover new information. While these advancements offer hope, they also highlight the challenges of solving cases from an era before such tools existed. Tara's case remains a stark reminder of the limitations investigators faced in the 1980s. Tara's disappearance had a profound impact on the small town of Belen, New Mexico. For residents, her case served as a stark reminder of the fragility of safety in even the most seemingly peaceful communities. The search for Tara brought the community together in the immediate aftermath of her disappearance. Volunteers joined forces with law enforcement, organizing searches and distributing flyers in an effort to find her. Over time, the case became a symbol of unresolved grief and the challenges of seeking justice. It sparked conversations about public safety and the need for stronger resources to address missing persons cases. For Tara's family, the community's support was a source of comfort and strength. Their advocacy efforts inspired others to join the fight for answers and keep Tara's memory alive. Decades later, Tara's story continues to resonate, serving as a call to action for better protections and investigative practices for missing persons cases. The disappearance of Tara Calico remains one of the most haunting, unsolved mysteries in American history. Over 3 decades later, questions about the Polaroid photograph, the suspicious pickup truck, and the alleged cover-up still linger. Efforts to solve Tara's case continue, fueled by advancements in forensic technology and the determination of her family and supporters. However, the lack of definitive evidence has left investigators struggling to connect the dots. For Tara's family, the fight for answers has been a lifelong mission. Despite the passage of time, they remain committed to seeking justice and ensuring Tara's story is never forgotten. Tara's case also serves as a broader reminder of the challenges and frustrations that accompany cold cases. It underscores the importance of public awareness, technological advancements, and persistent advocacy. As the search for truth continues, Tara Calico's story stands as a testament to resilience, hope, and the enduring need for justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the disappearance of Tara Calico. Her story is a powerful reminder of the impact of unsolved mysteries and the strength of those who continue to seek answers. If you have any thoughts or theories about Tara's case, share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories like this. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and stay safe.